Hey guys, we are going to learn how to write introduction paragraphs for our lesson today. So we've been working on ACES paragraphs, and those are the body paragraphs to a full essay. So we're going to start moving from individual paragraphs into a full essay. So I want to show you just kind of how it fits. If this is the outline of an essay, you have the title of your essay, and if you have a 5-paragraph essay, you'll have your introduction paragraph that goes first. Then you have one ACES paragraph, body paragraph 1. Second ACES paragraph, that's body paragraph 2. Then you have your counterclaim paragraph, that's your 3rd paragraph. Some people do ACES for counterclaims. Some people do CCRES. And so we'll talk about counterclaims later. And then you end with a conclusion paragraph. Okay, so what we've been working on is just the ACES paragraphs, one single paragraph. Now we're going to work on the introduction and then move into creating a full essay and putting it all together. So what goes into an introduction paragraph? There's 3 things. First of all is the hook. The hook is 1 or 2 sentences that gets your reader's attention. I like to do imagine if statements. So like imagine if blah, 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 to get your reader kind of immersed in what your topic is going to be about, and for them to start thinking of, okay, what would it actually be like if that was my situation? The second thing you need is background information. Again, 1 to 2 sentences, but this is any information that your readers need to know for your argument or your essay to make sense. So what's the issue or the problem with this topic? Okay, and then number 3 is your thesis statement. The thesis statement is similar to the A in an ACES paragraph, but it gives both of your reasons for the side that you're choosing. So the thesis statement is your answer to the question, just like in an A, and your 2 reasons why, not just 1 reason. Okay, so your answer and your 2 reasons why. The thesis statement is by far the most important part of your introduction paragraph, because that 1 sentence, that statement is going to drive your whole paper. Okay, so your answer plus your 2 reasons, that's your thesis statement. It always comes last. So the introduction does need to go in this order, and that is how you do it. So let's look at an example, okay? So we're going to look at the question, should schools require uniforms? Here's an introduction. See if you can, I'm just going to read it to you. See if you can figure out what is the hook, where does the background information start, and what is my thesis. So this says, imagine if someone else told you what you had to wear every single day. You don't get to pick out your own clothes, and you're forced to wear clothes that don't fit right or aren't your favorite colors. This is happening to many students in America. Schools that require uniforms tell students what type of shirts, pants, and even shoes that they have to wear. If adults wouldn't like this, it's unfair to require it of our children. Therefore, schools should not require students to wear uniforms because it hinders their individuality and it does not teach them how to dress responsibly in their future. So let's do some highlighting. So we have our imagine if statement. Okay, imagine if someone else told you what you had to wear every single day. That would be terrible, right? You don't get to pick out your own clothes, and you're forced to wear colors that don't fit right or are not your favorite colors. That is my hook. Those are my 2 sentences, okay, that get the reader to start thinking, yeah, that would be awful. Okay, if I hate the color yellow and I have to wear yellow every day, I wouldn't like that. And then I need background information. Okay, so make the connection. Why am I saying this imagine if statement? And how does that connect to what I'm going to be arguing? Well, here's the background. This is happening to many students in America. Schools that require uniforms tell students, so I'm telling what uniforms are, and then I start leading into my argument. This is my background information. Okay. And then, therefore, so if all this is true, if this is happening to kids, this is what a uniform is, people don't like it, I have my answer and my 2 reasons why. So I'm even going to say my answer to the question, I'm going to underline that, and my 2 reasons why. Okay, I'm going to change that plus, just to really show you clearly, plus reason number 1 and reason Number 2, okay, therefore, schools should not require students to wear uniforms because it hinders their individuality and it does not teach them how to dress responsibly in the future. So reason 1, what color haven't we used? Let's make that blue. And reason 2, let's make that green, okay? So we have my answer. So should schools require uniforms? Schools should not require students to wear uniforms. There's my answer. Very clearly in a complete sentence, I'm answering the question. I'm not just saying I think yes or I think no, or they should because. I'm using all the words from the question in my answer. Therefore, schools should not require students to wear uniforms because, and my 2 reasons. Reason number 1, it hinders their individuality. And number 2, it does not teach them how to dress responsibly in the future. So there's my thesis statement, my answer, plus my 2 reasons why. Okay, I just want to show you, I'm going to take this and copy it, paste it over. Today we're just working on introductions. Okay, so that's all we need to know. I just want to show you how this is going to look. So if we have this as our introduction paragraph, and I just copied and pasted it over, body paragraph A, my answer is going to be all about reason number 1. My second body paragraph is going to be all about reason number 2. So I'm going to have my answer plus my reason number 1. Okay, schools should not require students to wear uniforms because it hinders their individuality. And then I'm going to write an ACES paragraph that is all about hindering their individuality. My second body paragraph is going to be about my second reason. Schools should not require students to wear uniforms because it does not teach them how to dress responsibly in their future. And so my second body paragraph, my second ACES paragraph, is all about dressing responsibly in the future. Okay, so that's kind of how it fits. Counterclaim we'll get to, conclusion we'll get to. But do you see how the thesis statement right here really drives the order of your paper? You're answering the question, that's the side you're on. Reason 1 is all about your first body paragraph. Reason 2 is all about your second body paragraph, okay? But again, we're just focusing on introductions today. So for your assignment, there's going to be different topics. So for example, school uniforms. This is just the example. This one's not going to be on yours. This is just so you can see what you're going to be doing. So the question is, should schools require uniforms? First of all, which side will you choose? Should schools require uniforms? Schools should require uniforms because, or schools should not require uniforms because. I'm arguing they should not require uniforms. Then you're going to write an introduction paragraph. Should schools require uniforms? Be sure to include a hook, background information, and your thesis statement. If it helps you, you can go like this. And type it like that. If that bothers you, you can just write it like a normal paragraph. Okay? So hook, imagine if you were told what to wear every single day. You had to wear uncomfortable clothes that didn't fit right. Okay, then I move into my background information. What did I say? This is happening to students. So, this is happening to many students in America when schools require uniforms. They are telling students exactly what to wear, including shirts, pants, ties, and even shoes. Okay, and then my thesis statement, therefore, schools should not require uniforms Okay, and I'm following this format up here because it takes away their individuality and it does not teach them to dress responsibly in their future. Okay, and then I'm going to go back and I'm going to delete the hook, delete where it says background information, and backspace again to make it look like a paragraph, just like that. Okay, for a regular essay, these reasons that you choose would come from the sources, but since you don't have sources today, you're just going to come up with 2 reasons on your own. Okay, then you'd go next, and there will be a new topic. Okay, so the first one that you're going to be doing is the junk food ban, which we read those articles the other day. So you'll choose your side, write your paragraph. Then there's one about should students be required to take PE. Then there's one about social media and one about graffiti. Okay, so you're just going to be practicing writing a bunch of ACES paragraphs today. All right. The code word for today is coffee. COFFEE, coffee. So the question that asks, what is the code word? Make sure you choose coffee. That way it proves to me that you watched this video in its entirety. So go ahead and get to work on your assignment.